Happy anniversary to Hounds Town Commack Road on their first year in business. You're doing fabulous.
Hi, it's Jackie from Hounds Town TV. We're here at Hounds Town Commack Road to celebrate their first year in business. Let's go inside and speak to Terry and Thomas and see their facility. Come on in.
Welcome to Hounds Town Commack Road.
Whenever we say the word daycare or friends at home, Skylar gets super excited and rips around the house and jumps on us and looks for her leash and gets so excited. And then as soon as you put the leash on and you bring her to the car, she's jumping on the car to get in to go to daycare.
Hi, my name is Johanna and my dog is Lucy. And Lucy loves coming to daycare. She comes every day, Monday through Friday, even on Saturdays sometimes.
Our dog loves it. She comes here 3 times a week. It's great to see her burn out some of her energy. She's much happier, much more playful, and even enjoys her time with us more.
I feel like Lucy's become such a better dog because of coming to daycare. You know, she gets to interact with all the other dogs and
the staff here. The staff has been excellent to her here at Commack. Every person that we've met, Tom, Megan, everybody down, it's been really good to Lucy, and just keeping us updated with how she's doing, and then being on Facebook, we see pictures, we see videos, and it's nice when we can't be with her. We're kind of there.
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm an employee at Hounds Town Commack Road. I started off bringing my dog Frost here, and I loved it because he was always tired when he got home, and I loved the way that he played with the dogs, and he was always very social, and we didn't have problems if we saw another dog on the street or anything like that. And when I started working here, I like the fact that these dogs really do play with each other all day long, and they're always active and outside, inside. They get to choose. We have an outdoor run that they can go back and forth in. I see the benefits are that they aren't angry and aggressive around other dogs, and they're more social. And when you go home at night, they are so tired, all they do is eat, and then they go right to bed, and it's very nice for the owner.
Hi, we're here at Hounds Town Commack Road celebrating their first anniversary party, or pawdy as we like to call it. I'm here with Terry. She's one of the owners of Hounds Town Commack Road, along with her husband Thomas, who's busy taking care of the dogs. And I just wanted to talk to Terry, congratulate you on being in business for 1 year. It's quite a feat. And you know, how do you feel about being in business for a year and celebrating a year?
Actually, I guess number one is surprised because, everybody always says when you go into business, if you make it through the first year or 2 years, then you're going to make it. So when you hit that 1 year mark, you're like, oh, thank God we did it. Just kind of breathing a sigh of relief, that we are still here after, actually it's been over a year, and just really happy because, there's been some, really great relationships that we've built over the last year and great customers and, yeah, we're just thrilled, and we just hope that it continues to grow the way that it's grown in the first year.
Right. And so, what are some of the biggest rewards that you see as being a business owner, owning your own business now after a year?
Let's see. So, I guess, and I had already mentioned, but the relationships that we've built with our customers, we really truly have the greatest dogs that come here. We're happy to have them. I think that they're happy to come. We see their excitement as they're racing through the door and they go to see their friends. And, that's really, because if I could adopt, 50 dogs myself, I would. But I can't. So I get to kind of live vicariously, through the business, they become mine, during the day when they're here, and then we send them home and at night. But that part of it's a lot of fun. A lot of hard work. Don't get me wrong, but making those relationships and seeing the happy dogs every day is wonderful.
Yeah. And talk a little bit about your charity work. I know, we have the franchise has a charity, Hounds Town Charities. It's a 501c3, and we encourage all of our franchisees to do something for their community, and you've really done that. You've taken that and run with it. So can you just talk a little bit about your rescue work you do here at Hounds Town Commack Road?
Yeah, sure. So we work with a number of rescues, and what we do, one in particular, which is near and dear to my heart because I have a Jack Russell mix, and there's a Jack Russell rescue that's up in Massachusetts, and they do get a lot of rescues from the New York area, and they have to be transported up to Massachusetts, and sometimes that takes a while. Sometimes those dogs are also coming out of very sad or bad situations, and they feel that having the dog come to doggy daycare and being around all the employees, being around people that truly love dogs, it would be helpful to them. So sometimes we'll get those rescues that come, 2, 3, 4 weeks, sometimes even longer, and they're getting socialized not only with people, but they're also getting more confident themselves because they're around other dogs that are similar size, similar temperament. And some of them, I can tell you just the way their lives have changed. One of our most recent success stories is this little guy. His name is Bogey, and he came to us in really bad shape, and he was terrified. And the first couple days he was with us, he just shook and shook. But he warmed up to the staff, and then after a while, because he was also a little medically fragile, but after a while we were able to bring him into a playroom and start to meet dogs. And within, a couple of weeks, he really just came out of his shell and he blossomed. And a nice part of the story is that our manager, Megan, her boyfriend actually adopted him because they fell in love with him. And so now he comes all the time for daycare. He'll stay overnight. Now he's a paying customer. But he walks through the door and it's like he owns the place. And he's so confident. And there's actually a video on our Facebook page, if you scroll back and look, from his first days here. The rescue actually put a side-by-side video of when they met him in the shelter and then a few weeks at Hounds Town. And you won't even recognize the difference in the dog because just how his life has changed. So I get a little teary-eyed talking about it. But that's what we love to do is help. There's other rescues that we do work with, and we've had a number of dogs, in the year, just to really help try to keep them or make them adoptable and be suitable for a home that might have other dogs or kids. And, the nice thing, too, is it's a longer-term assessment of them because a lot of times they're in the shelter, and the shelter only sees them for a limited amount of time. And a lot of times we'll work with them and we'll see things, completely differently. Like, we might hear, oh, that dog can't be grouped with other dogs. They can't go in a home with another dog. And that's the furthest thing from the truth we find out. So, I hope that it's changing dogs' lives.
No, I think that it is. I know just from watching all the dogs you've had come in and out your door just from being in business for a year, I know you've helped many, many of them. So it's an important part of our brand, and I think you guys have done a phenomenal job at carrying that over in your community, which is very important to us. So what would you say is one of the biggest changes that you've seen in your own life? Like, how has owning a business impacted you on the positive side? I know probably you have a lack of sleep and a lot of hard work because you have your own, career that you need to maintain. So how do you balance that? And what are some of the positive attributes you've kind of experienced being a business owner in the past year?
And to keep it positive, but yes, I do find I am working 7 days a week because I'm the one that, kept my day job until, a couple years in when we're really, making sure that, the business is sustainable, not just of itself, but of our household. So, somebody's got to bring home a paycheck. So I do find, it is a lot of work. I'm working 7 days a week, or I'll go home from my day job and then I'm doing, the payroll and the QuickBooks and that sort of thing. But on the positive note, number one, I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about myself. And sometimes you don't know what you can do until you actually do it. And so, it's just, I feel like I've challenged myself, and it's like, wow, we did this, and it's working out, and it is very, very rewarding. And again, so, some of the positive things, we have wonderful employees. It's nice because the people that come and want to work for us are all dog lovers. Like I was telling some of our customers that are here for our anniversary celebration, You know, we have some employees now that, you know, number one, they were customers first, and then they became employees. We have one girl that has 5 dogs at home. So she's like running her own daycare at home. She's got, you know, she has 5 dogs that she had rescued. So, you know, so we're around people that truly love dogs. And, you know, obviously it's my passion, you know, working with dogs. And so it's nice to be around like-minded people as well. And then just building the relationship with the wonderful customers that we have, because we see the same people, you know, day in and day out, and getting to know their dogs. It really is like family with the customers. So that's really nice.
And what about, where do you see your business going, like over the next couple years? Like, what are some of your goals? And in 5 years, what do you hope for your business?
Goodness, I haven't really thought that far ahead. I want to be here still. No, I think I think just continuing to grow at a nice, you know, steady pace. I mean, I think it's good that, you know, we got our feet wet in the beginning, where we really didn't have too many dogs, and we really learned the ropes, you know, through the help of, you know, the franchise coming and, you know, sending their staff to help us when we first opened our doors. And now it's just really expanding on what we've started to build. You know, me personally, I'd always like to branch out and help more rescues. You know, there's always ones I'm reaching out to. I'll, you know, see on, you know, on like Facebook or something, and they'll say, oh, this, you know, this dog needs a foster home. And I always let them know, hey, you know, Hounds Town is a place that they can come if they need a temporary foster situation. Other than that, I, you know, really haven't thought too much more. You're probably hoping I say, you know, open a second Hounds Town. We're not there yet, but you never know. I mean, I definitely don't rule it out. So, you know, the future remains to be written. So we'll see.
Yes, I am hoping that eventually. I think you guys are totally capable of that, but of course you have to spend time, you know, building your business here, and then hopefully you can expand your territory. And what would you say to new customers? Like, if new customers are watching this and they're thinking about bringing their dog for daycare, you know, what would you say about your business, Hounds Town Commack Road, what you guys offer here that may be different than like another doggy daycare? Like, what would you say to them if they were thinking of coming here?
Yeah. I would encourage them to make an appointment and meet the staff, and we do, you know, what we call a temperament evaluation, which is a meet and greet, not just with the staff. You know, we want to make sure that we are accepting dogs that, you know, are friendly and can acclimate to an interactive environment, because the idea is really to play with other dogs that are of a similar size and temperament. So what we do is we, you know, have them come in for a meet and greet, and they'll meet 1 or 2 dogs, you know, while they're here, you know, 15, 20 minutes, really, you know, getting a tour of the facility and, you know, meeting a couple of dogs. And then, you know, sometimes pet owners are a little bit nervous. You know, maybe they haven't experienced daycare before, or maybe they've gone to a dog park and didn't necessarily have a good experience. But the nice thing about having people that are trained to recognize, you know, signs when a dog is stressed, you know, what we do very well here is to assess the dog and their comfort level. You know, because sometimes they come in and they're a little bit nervous. Where am I? What am I doing here? And we might introduce them to 1 dog or 2 dogs of similar temperament, so that they can get the idea, oh, I'm here to play. And sometimes it takes, you know, they've got to be here for, you know, maybe in a couple of hours before they realize. You know, in some extreme examples, we've had, you know, dogs with separation anxiety that come, and, you know, it might take a couple of days. So we do offer a free day of daycare. It's like a trial day. You know, number one, the customer's trying us out, the dog's trying us out, but it also allows us to get to know that dog better. And possibly sometimes it takes, you know, introducing them to several different play groups. You know, we might introduce to maybe 1 or 2 dogs at a time, you know, depending on their comfort level. And that's the nice thing, because, you know, we have such a large space here that we have so many playrooms that we can actually do that. We can introduce them, you know, slowly at first. Some dogs come in and they're ready to play right off the bat, and they say, a room with 10 dogs? Oh, this is the best thing ever. And they run right in and they immediately make friends. Yeah. Not all dogs will assimilate that quickly. Right. And, you know, so the nice thing is that we do know how to watch for signs of stress and how to introduce them appropriately.
All right, good. Well, I think that's pretty much it for us. We got a good glimpse into Hounds Town Commack Road. And we'll look forward to 9 more years and hopefully more locations with Terry and Thomas. All right, Jackie signing off from Hounds Town TV. We'll see everybody next week.
Hi, Mike Gould here, Mayor of Hounds Town USA, home to the happiest dogs on earth. We have fully interactive doggy daycare, safe and secure overnight camping, professional grooming, expert training for your dog. Come.
Don't leave your pet home alone. Have a happy and well-exercised dog with a visit to Hounds Town USA. Visit us online at houndstownusa.com for a location near you.
Call today, tell them the mayor sent you, get a free trial day.